You know more than I do about something, don't you? So what is it? What do you know? Are you a banker? If so, you probably know more about loans and interest and different bank accounts. Are you a photographer? If so, you probably know more than I do about cameras and lenses and lighting and getting just the right angle. What if you're a landscaper? Then you probably know more than I do about trees and shrubs and grass and proper watering schedules. What if you're a professional athlete or a personal trainer? You probably know much more than I do about proper diet, nutrition, and exercise. Do you realize that that makes you an expert? Do you realize that that knowledge that you already have, because it's what you do right now, makes you an expert? Everybody thinks that an expert is somebody that knows everything about something, but that's impossible. Nobody does. Being an expert just means that you know more than I do about something, or you know more than the average person knows about something. And so if you are a banker, a photographer, a landscaper, a personal trainer, you know more than I do about all of those areas. And if you don't do any of those things, whatever you do, you know more than I do about that thing. And that makes you an expert. And being an expert is valuable. It means that the information that you have is important and it matters and it's valuable. So I am a construction worker. I started out as a carpenter, and now fast forward 5 years, I'm a superintendent for a home building company in Idaho. So I build houses, I manage the construction of houses in the fastest growing city in America, in Meridian, Idaho. And it is a race and it's fun and it's a challenge. And because I do that for a living, I know more about it than you do. I know more about building a house in the fastest growing city in America than the vast majority of people on earth. So that means that the information that I have is valuable. It makes me an expert on that topic. So that's what I do for a living, but I haven't always been happy doing this. In fact, for the past few years, I've been searching for a way out. I have very large ambitions, huge ambitions. I want to be the owner, CEO of an enormous company, of a $100 million plus company. And I could not see a path to where building houses got me there. There are certain builders that do that do grow their companies that big. But I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it happening, and I didn't really want it. As I started to analyze why I wanted a way out, I started to realize that the real reason that I didn't see a way to make it work was because I didn't really want it to work. And here's what I mean by that. I didn't want it to work because it's a blue-collar job. I'm a construction worker. And for some reason, society tends to look down upon construction workers and blue-collar jobs. And so I wanted to be the owner, CEO, founder of an enormous $100 million plus company that I got to wear a suit and tie to work every day and was more noble and prestigious and things like that, more reputable, more glamorous, I guess. I don't know. I just didn't want to be a construction worker for my whole life. So I spent the last 2 years, looking into all different kinds of markets, at least 4. So in the last 2 years, I spent all of my free time, literally nearly 100% of my free time, diving in deep to these other markets. And they were all totally different, and none of them had anything to do with my background. None of them had anything to do with construction or building houses or anything like that. And I would submerge myself in these topics, and I'd research and study, and I'd spend months and months doing this. And I would get really frustrated. I would get so frustrated because there was so much to know. There was so much to know. And I don't know what I was looking for. I don't think I was looking for I wasn't really looking for like a get-rich-quick thing. I was just looking for a different way other than building houses to make a lot of money, to build a big company around. And you know what they say, the grass is always greener. So I would spend 6 months or whatever really researching a certain topic, and then I'd find out that I wasn't too interested in it, and then I'd start on another one because it looked better. Then another one and another one and another one. And this went on for 2 full years where I was, I was looking for greener grass on the other side of some other hill somewhere else that had nothing to do with what I already knew. And after 2 years, so until recently, until about a month ago, I wanted to give up. I just wanted to say, you know what? I was so frustrated, I just wanted to give up. I was so sick of chasing my tail and looking over the next hill and the next hill and the next hill. I just wanted to be done. And so I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up and just keep working for my company and build houses for the rest of my life and be okay with that. I was trying to just accept that was okay for me to just do that. And that is okay for lots of people, but we're different. If you're watching this, you and me are different. We're wired different. We need to own something. We need to run something. It has to be our own. And so that defeat didn't last very long. It lasted a couple of days, and I said, no, you know what? I need to keep trying. I need to keep looking. I need to find the right thing for me. And that's when I found this book. It's called Expert Secrets, and it was written by Russell Brunson, who is the CEO of ClickFunnels. Maybe you've heard of his company, maybe you haven't. Doesn't really matter. This book completely changed the way that I see everything. This book taught me that the reason that I was failing as I was looking into those other markets was because it wasn't genuine. I was essentially trying to be a fake, a phony. You know, I was trying to jump into someone else's expertise and learn as much about it as quickly as I could and claim to be an expert on it and find a way to make it profitable. And that's just not the way that it works. And frankly, it's pretty arrogant of me to assume that I could jump into someone else's market and assume that I could do it better than them. You know, that's why I kept coming up short, because that's just not how it works. You know, people spend a lot of time becoming an expert at something, so you can't just jump into something totally new and expect to become an expert on it quickly. I spent the last 5 years of my life fully submerged in the construction and home building industry. So that makes me an expert. That means that I know more about building a house, about the process of building a house, buying a new house, selling a new house, than the vast majority of humans on Earth. So that makes me an expert. Expert Secrets, this book by Russell Brunson, teaches you that you don't need to look any further than what you already know. Now, you're probably, like me, you're probably missing some skills and knowledge on how to apply what you already know and turn it into a valuable, profitable business. But the fact is that what you already know is valuable, it matters, it's important, and there are people that are willing to pay to learn what you already know. The greatest part about all of this is the feeling, the peace of mind that I finally am able to enjoy, that I don't have to look over the next hill anymore, that I don't have to keep chasing my tail trying to find the next thing. I already have it. I'm already an expert at something. You are already an expert at something. All we need are the tools and the step-by-step principles and ideas on how to turn what we already know into a profitable business, how to teach other people, how to sell it to other people. And Russell Brunson, in his book Expert Secrets, gives us just that. He gives us a step-by-step breakdown of exactly how to turn what we already know, what we're already experts at, into a profitable business. Now, the awesome thing is that Russell Brunson wants everybody on Earth to know about this. He wants everybody to know that they're already an expert. And so he, for a limited time, is giving away his book free. All you have to do is cover the cost of shipping and handling. That's how I got this book. I paid for shipping and handling, I got it. And I will tell you that I do not regret the small cost of paying for that. What would it be worth to you to be able to turn what you already know into a profitable business? What would that be worth to you? What if you turned what you already know into a $50,000 a year business? Would that be worth the small cost of shipping and handling to you? I think it would be. What if it was a $100,000 business a year? You know, it'd be even more worth it. What if it was $1 million, $100 million, $1 billion business that you started based on what you already know? Would it be worth the cost of shipping and handling for this book? Yes. If you made $100, it would be worth the cost of shipping and handling for this book. The peace of mind and comfort that comes from knowing that you are already an expert at something is priceless. So stop the endless, fruitless search for the next big idea. There's a way to monetize and profit from what you already know. You don't need to look over the hill at the green grass. You don't need to keep chasing your tail like I did. You don't need to fake it. The search is over. Let Russell Brunson teach you what he's an expert about, which is marketing. He will teach you step by step. You will learn from an expert, from Russell Brunson, step by step how to turn what you already know into a highly profitable business. I want to know what you know. You are an expert at something, and every day that goes by that you aren't teaching somebody about what you're an expert at is another day wasted. I need to know what you know. Other people need to know what you know, and there's a way to get the word out. Russell Brunson will teach you. So click on the link below, claim your free copy of this book, and start right now turning what you already know into a profitable business.